Alright, hey everybody, this is a request somebody just hired me to do, and so I'm going to break this one down real in small chunks for you. It's actually not too hard of an intro to get, but that's what we're going to do, the intro for The Weight by the band. So what we're going to do here is just that intro part. We'll do the chords in a different video, but let's go ahead and get started, okay? So what we're going to do is start off in the 9th fret on the D and the G string. Okay, I'm going to strum down here so you can kind of see my what strings I'm strumming. But right now we're going to be on the G and the D. So the 3rd string from the bottom and the 4th string from the bottom. Okay, now we're going to bar or flatten out our finger across the 9th fret on the D and the G. So these two notes. That's what it should sound like. Now, what you're going to do for the very first note, it's actually going to be a chord. You're going to play both of these notes in the 9th fret and then hammer with your 3rd finger on the 11th fret of the D string. So it's going to sound like this. Okay? So if you don't know yet already, a hammer is basically where you're going to make the next note come out without strumming again with your right hand. So you're going to pluck the chord once, and then this finger comes down hard enough on that note to make it actually come out without re-plucking the string. So it's going to sound like this. Okay? One more time. Alright, now we're going to, after we play that first chord with that hammer, then we're going to play the 9th fret on the G, and we've already got that note down here, so we don't have to move anything. We just play that note. So it sounds like this. Okay? Then we're going to pluck the same 2 strings again, but we're going to hammer this time on the G string instead of the D string. So your first finger stays where it's at, but instead of hammering on the D string, you're going to do it on the G. So it's going to sound like this. Okay? Again. So together we've got, alright, then our next note is the 10th fret on the B string. That's the 2nd string from the bottom, and I like to use my middle finger to play this note. So you're going to play that note, 10th fret on the B string. So all together so far what we've got is this. Okay? Now let's go ahead and go further. Now we've got kind of the same chord that we just did. We're going to keep our first finger in the 9th fret on the D and the G, and we're going to pluck both of those and then hammer in the 11th fret of the G string again. So this way. Okay, one more time. And then we're going to pick this 3rd finger back up and just play the 9th fret with that finger. So just keep that finger where it's at and play the G string. Okay? Now, let's actually go through what we've done so far. So we've got 9th fret and hammer on the 11th of the D string. Then we've got 9th on the G. Then we play the 9th fret on the D and the G again and hammer in the 11th on the G string. And then use our middle finger to play the 10th fret on the B string. You can see that a little better. There we go. Then we go back to this chord, 9th fret on the G and the D, and hammer the 11th on the G. Okay? And then back to 9th fret on the G. Okay. Now, moving on from there, we've got again 9th fret on the G and the D, but this time you're going to switch the string you're hammering back to the D string. So it's going to sound like this. Okay? Just like you did that first chord. And then, without moving anything, go ahead and do that again. Without the hammer though, you just leave your 3rd finger there, so it's going to sound like this. Okay? So it's basically going to be like this. Okay? So we've got Okay, that's what we've got so far. Now we're actually finally going to move our first finger, but you're going to kind of do the same thing with it. You're going to bar across the G and the D in the 7th fret. So flatten across those two strings. And now you're going to pluck those two notes and hammer with your 3rd finger again in the 9th fret of the D string. Okay? Okay, it's going to sound like that. And you do it 2 times in a row, just like that. So you're going to go. And then pick your 3rd finger up and play the 7th fret on the D and G again. Okay, so. And now, what we're going to do is stay in the same fret, but move over to the A and the D string. What we're going to do there is actually just play those 2 notes, no hammer this time. So I just plucked the A and the D in the 7th fret. Okay? And then 9th fret on the A string, but keep it on the 7th for the D string. So first finger still doing 7th fret back here on the D string. This finger though is coming down on the 9th fret of the A string. Play that chord. Then pick your 3rd finger back up to have 7 and 7 on the A and the D. And then down to 9th fret on the E string. You're going to play that note and then slide it down to the bottom and kind of kill it at the bottom. What you're doing there is you're kind of going, sliding down and going into an A chord. So it's going to kind of sound like this. Oops, sorry. And going into an A chord. So we'll get into the chords in the next video so I don't run out of time. But basically that's it. I want you to try and play along with me slow. And this riff is really not terribly fast. So even at slow speed, it's not a whole lot faster than I'm going to play it here. But I want you to have time to actually play along with me and get good at it, then play it fast. Okay, so let's go ahead and start it again. Here we go. Okay, and there is a little pause there, and then boom to the A chord right there. Now that's the intro for the song. The song is called The Wait, and it's W-E-I-G-H-T, not W-A-I-T. So it's The Wait by the band. That's the name of the band. It's just called